punched away. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. And now a sudden chance to counter. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And reclaimed it in a trice. McAllister.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And this is Raul. Defending of the desperate variety.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Tries a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's a really well-measured ball. Tries to play it through. Chance for a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And it's been taken short. And he can thump it away. Steaming on goalwards. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Totti, and this is Raul. He is through. Raul! And it's there! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Celtic find a position of real strength now. Pass somewhat off target. Rondon. And here's Rondon. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. He's found space here. And this is Raul. Takes a shot! It's a goal! They will take that. They are absolutely ripping it up. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. Killer pass, perfectly delivered.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Celtic are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Looking for the run. Totti. Panucci is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Chance!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Aim forwards. Very nicely done. Just a quarter of an hour to play. And that is well cleared. Clipped into space. Silvestre with the clearance. Raul looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, they're certainly getting much tighter to him now. At least the message was received.
Silvestre. That's an imaginative pass. Can he finish? And he's missed it.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Venezuela have turned to their bench and we're going to have a substitution. Aramburu. And the return pass. And he plays one through.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
Now it's Totti. Passing is crisp and sharp. He's having a go! Oh, impressive strike.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
And here's Tevez.
Se agregarán 3 minutos al tiempo reglamentario.
Aramburu. Now it's Martinez. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Great vision. And this is Tevez. Oh, now he can run away with... And a chance! And it's in! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, this is a side which is purring, picture perfect to win. They will relish having pulverised...
Halo. P.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. Things already rolling. Barcelona have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time you check it'll be 4-5-1, and it's all to do with whether you've got the ball or not, and the wider attacking players being asked to apply defensive discipline too. When it does turn to a 5 across midfield, then the shape of this team takes on a much tidier, compact defensive look.
Well played, well sorted out. And it's Kante. Kante going forward. Kante! It's off target and by quite a way.
Yeah, that was a fantastic run, and it showed how brilliantly energetic he is. That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
In with the challenge. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Alexander-Arnold gets his final warning.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
More and more pressure on the ball here. Now it's Totti. Neither of these two want to come off second best. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Guardiola, Peter, is a fella who appeared on the scene after a meteoric rise on the international scene, but he really is, for me, the blueprint of the modern centre-half. And, of course, he can play at left-back too. He's old school, he's uncompromised.
Can he finish? Goal! Celtic! And Celtic are in front. And a calamitous moment ends with the inevitable result.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Alexander-Arnold gets into a good position. Has a look up and drives it forward. Now it's Hazard. Kante. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Messi. Muscular approach does pay off here. Pau Kubasi cuts out the pass. Spread to the right. Well read, nice interception. Now he's off and running. Hazard. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Camavinga. Beckenbauer does well to get it back. Nicely weighted ball. That's been cut out, well played. Yamal. Oh, that pass isn't the best. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Passing is crisp and sharp. Good ball, good take. Camavinga. Now this could be a chance. Spread it left. Oh, that's fabulous. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Hazard with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
And that pass just didn't quite work.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Celtic can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Now it's Oyarzabal. And they're back on the ball again. Celtic have run the changes already. They could, of course, make further alterations at half-time. Can he get it through? And again, they run up against stubborn defending.
Celtic really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Takes the shot! Oh, he's been caught napping. Flash, and again! And he hits the net! And this is getting better and better. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They need...
Real chance! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Yeah, we can't fault him for the attempt, although it might have been a case of momentary tunnel vision then.
Messi, he might be in here! That's a bad place to challenge. What's he giving? No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
And the whistle goes for half-time.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Celtic are heading into the break very happy with how it's gone so far.
Recordamos a nuestros espectadores que la tienda oficial del estadio está abierta entre semana y en días de partido. Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 20 será reemplazado.
So let's get the ball rolling.
El dorsal 9 se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Messi, and he's managed to get free. Oh, good effort! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Celtic with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Defending of the desperate variety. And he's ended up in no man. Tries a shot! And now a sudden chance to counter. Yamal. And it's Messi. Tries to play it through. He's got away. Azar plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. And here's Mbappe. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Takes a shot! Well taken goal. Just as they wanted it. Just when they wanted it. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Just one in it now.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. So Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Well timed, excellent
La asistencia a este
interception.
partido asciende a 98.000.
Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed markedly within the last few moments.
Well, it has, because the deficit has now been halved, Peter, and because of that, it seems to have developed into some sort of shock for them, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they can take it on from here.
And he can clear it away. Silvestre gets on his bike and on the move. Soboslai promptly onto that, and that is that. That's a good run down the left. Vardiol. That has been cut short. He has found the way through. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Celtic. Oh no, this does not look good.